no alpha-yo, no synephrine, no DMHA, no DMAA, no yohimbine. And they made this bad boy work. That's damn sinister. What's happening, guys? Hope your day's going well. Today we're going to review Black Magic Sups and Panda Sups merging together. And they're creating some sinister panda cat thing. So today we're going to review Sinister by Panda and Black Magic Sups. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you're putting in your body, and we'll go over the effects on this bad boy. If you're new to the channel, you like stuff like that, hit the subscribe button. Love to have you along for the ride. So jumping right into this, the flavor, Blue Shark Gummy flavor. And just so you know, it's got a sour kick to it, but it's not too harsh, and it really goes very well with the flavoring. I can't describe the flavor. It's just like a candy type flavor. I get the blue shark, maybe like a blue gummy type flavor, but it was good. It was good. You're not gonna have any problem with the flavors on this whatsoever. They did a good job on it, especially masking. Look at this label, masking those ingredients. Fine job, Panda and Black Magic. So, jumping right into the ingredient profile, I'll put it right in front of me so we can get into the effects on this bad boy. We have 1 scoop at 18.1 grams, 2 scoops at 36.2 grams. So a flat level pack scoop is 15 grams. Shame on you guys. So it's a little off. So I do a dome on it. So what I do is I scaled it the first time, found out that I got a good heaping scoop, shook it off to where it was just kind of a little dome on the top of it. And that was like 19 grams. And from there on off, I pretty much just did that, didn't even throw it on the scale. So I took this at 1 scoop, I took it at 1.5 scoops, and I took it at 2 scoops. I'll let you guys know what my favorite one is after we go over the ingredient profile. So jumping right into this, we have some vitamins on the top. We're not going to spend too much time. This is a large label, but we have some vitamin B1, some vitamin B2, some vitamin B6, some choline, and sodium. We like sodium for those pumps, releasing that calcium in the muscles. So this is from the pink Himalayan salt that's in there. And this is pretty much a complex. The choline listed on top of a label is usually the choline source that's inside of the other ingredients. So we've got alpha GPC in this thing. That's where they're getting the choline at 110 milligrams for cognitive function and focus. And the rest of the B vitamins here are just going to be for energy production, fat metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism. Then right on the top of the label, we got L-citrulline at 10 grams. 10 grams. That means 1 scoop has 5 grams. That's both. That's in the efficacious dose each way. This is for vasodilation. Not going to get much into it. You guys know what L-citrulline is, and if you don't, I'm going to be doing a short. I'm going to keep popping out the shorts on the single ingredients so you guys can have a little rundown if you're curious on what the ingredient does. And I'll do what I can in a minute for you guys. So vasodilation, pumps, energy production, oxygen delivery to the mitochondria for ATP production. Then we have beta-alanine at 4 grams, 2 grams at 1 scoop. They're really hitting it. They're nailing it on all these ingredients here. They're going on the low end and somewhat of a high end. And this is for the tingling, itching, scratching, more reps, more sets in the gym, buffers metabolites in the muscles. Then we have some malic acid at 3 grams, half a dose, 1,500 milligrams. And this is for energy production. So our body produces malic acid already to help with the processing of carbs and fats in the mitochondria to be used as energy. Then we have betaine anhydrous at 2,500 milligrams, 2.5 grams. That's the efficacious dose in 2 scoops. And this is for power output in the gym, because mainly for gym workouts, it's a methyl donor, which is more on the health side, but it's an osmolyte. So this allows water to come in and out of a cell, kind of like creatine does. So this is going to keep you hydrated during your workout and help with power output in the gym. The more hydration you have in your cells, the more power you can do and sustain for a longer period of time during your sets. Then we got beetroot extract at 2 grams. This is 1% nitrates, it says in here. So we have 2 milligrams of nitrates. So that's a vasodilation and pump, so it's not going to do much there. But this is a powerful antioxidant, and the powder and the juice is stronger. You find a lot of athletes going with the juice real quick. On the powder, you're going to have some B vitamins, you're going to have some vitamin C, you're going to have some potassium, you're going to have some iron in beetroot powder. And basically what this is, it's also got a health ingredient called betanin. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. And this is a powerful antioxidant for the body and protects the body against free radicals. So it's going to help with recovery. It's going to help with energy production, because free radicals, you got You got free radical antioxidant producers that actually can help with vasodilation and pump and blood flow for energy production in the gym. Then we have L-tyrosine at 1,500 milligrams. This is for cognitive function and focus. This is going to increase the catecholamines in the brain for thought process, energy production, less stress during your training. Then we have amyotine sulfate at 1 gram. So this binds to the receptors, the imidazoline receptors within the endothelial tissue. And when it does that, it actually stimulates the production of nitric oxide, which is for vasodilation and pumps. And this also has been shown as that binding happens, it also in turn stimulates the production of LH and FSH, which is for hormone production in the testes or from the testes. Next ingredient here, DMHA, 750 milligrams. DMHA eliminates cellular waste in the brain, and it's made more of a health ingredient. A lot of people think this is a precursor to choline, but it's really not. So this is more for health. It's for blood flow. It produces a state of well-being. It increases attention and also promotes mood and energy by that health factor in the brain there. Then we have alpha GPC at 600 milligrams. This is a precursor to acetylcholine, which is going to enhance acetylcholine production in the brain, and that's for cognitive function, focus, memory, learning, all those good things to get you dialed into the gym. Then we have Vasodrive AP at 508 milligrams. So this is a tripeptide that consists of valine, proline, and isoleucine. And this has been shown actually to reduce inflammation. It actually helps with endothelial NOS, which is the enzyme that actually helps with the conversion of arginine and citrulline when it's converted into arginine into nitric oxide for vasodilation. And then it also inhibits the transfer from the or conversion of angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 1 will help with vasodilation. If angiotensin 1 turns into angiotensin 2, it causes vasorestriction. Moving on. Then we have Catawapa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, at 500 milligrams here. This has flavonoids in it, flavoliganins. It has flavthiols in it as well, which are antioxidants. And this is a neuroprotectant. This helps with anti-inflammatory. It's pro-memory, and it fights against oxidative stress within the body. This also has another benefit by blocking the enzyme that blocks or tries to bring down acetylcholine in the brain, which is acetylcholinease. So it inhibits that activity of that enzyme, so it keeps the cognitive function and focus up for a longer period of time. Then we have PEA at 400 milligrams. So this activates on the TAR1, TAR2 receptors. And basically what this does, this is an agonist for them. And this inhibits the uptake and the reuptake of the catecholamines. And also in turn, it increases these catecholamines, dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. So it keeps them elevated for a longer period of time. This hits pretty quick, 15 minutes, 20 minutes usually in a pre-workout. Then we have caffeine anhydrous, 350 milligrams. We all know what this is. This wakes you up because it blocks the adenosine receptors, A1 and A2. And this just gives you energy. One of these days I'll do a little short review on 1 minute review on all the benefits of caffeine, because this helps with serotonin, it helps with dopamine, it helps with GABA, all kinds of things within the brain. We always kind of downgrade caffeine and its benefits, but there are a lot of benefits. It's just when we misuse it. Then we have Canna at 250 milligrams. So this is a calming agent and a stress relieving agent. It's been used for 100 years for that as a tonic for people to calm them down and help with stress and anxiety. This is also a proven powerful serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So this inhibits the reuptake, kind of blocks the reuptake, the reabsorption of serotonin in the brain to keep it elevated for a period of time for enhanced mood. Then we have Seft Muesli, 250 milligrams. Now, Saf is an aphrodisiac and it's an aphrodisiac, an antioxidant, and an adaptogen. So this has benefits. Now, in this particular pre-workout, you can use those other two ingredients, but I believe they're using this for the adaptogen response. But this has been shown to increase testosterone levels within the blood, the serum testosterone levels. And this has steroid compounds within the herb, and also a bunch of fatty acids for like energy production and energy usage during your training. Then we have Mucuna at 150 milligrams. So Mucuna is it's L-Dopa pretty much. So we always talk about tyrosine actually turning into dopamine through the process of turning into L-Dopa first. So this is going to help with the catecholamines in the brain for cognitive function and focus, but it also has a bunch of other benefits as far as fertility. It does some stuff in the hypothalamus, pituitary gland axis, and has some really good anti-diuretic effects to it. So all in all, it's a good ingredient to throw in. That's a Panda thing there. And I like that they put it in there because I've always been fond of that ingredient. Then we got some S7. God damn it. Then they go and ruin it and put some S7 in this. So we're not going to go over this too much. This is just an extract blend that has some studies to help increase vasodilation in pumps. I don't mind it being in there. It's 100 milligrams on 2 scoops. So it's going to add to the vasodilation. But this thing doesn't do jack on its own. So don't go out buying some S7 on its own and putting it with some caffeine or something to expect some nasty vasodilation or anything. Then we got some theobromine at 100 milligrams. This is a diuretic. This also stimulates the second messengers in the body to a certain extent as far as CAMP and cyclic GMP, which is going to help with fat loss, the production or the activation of AMPK in the body. So fat loss, fat release, fatty acid release, carbohydrate release, energy production. This also has an effect on the eNOS, which is the enzyme for nitric oxide. And it's been shown with the brain, it actually enhances blood flow in the brain in certain regions. And those regions allow it to be stimulatory as far as energy production and also for attention in the gym or with the product itself. On its own, it's not a big enhancer. This has to be coupled with caffeine or stimulants to really feel that enhancement. Then we have some straight caffeine, 100 milligrams. So they put caffeine anhydrous. They don't worry about any fast acting, slow acting. You just caffeine. That's all it says. So 100 milligrams. So on this one here, on 2 scoops, we have a total of 450 milligrams of caffeine. Then we have estrogen, which is they bring it all together in the gut at 50 milligrams. This has some gut benefits. It also has some digestive benefits, especially with amino acids. Then we have hallustacein, 25 milligrams. Don't need much of this. So what this is a beta receptor agonist and a metabolite of PEA. So this is going to help agonize those fat cells, and it's going to release noradrenaline, and it's going to help release fatty acids into the system for energy production, sweating, weight loss, whatever. Whatever it's going to produce, how it's going to hit, just depends on how hard you push yourself in the gym. Heparin A, the last ingredient in here at 20 milligrams. So this is supposed to also be a choline enhancer by blocking an enzyme that actually degrades acetylcholine in the brain to keep it elevated for a longer period of time. So, Sinister by Panda and Black Magic. How did it do? So you jump on 2 scoops of this thing, and what happens, so we'll get into it. It hits pretty much the same with 1 scoop, 1.5, and 2 scoops. The 1 scoop, it's like a daily driver hit that comes in about 20 minutes. And then it just increases from there. When I get to the 2 scoops, we'll talk more about the increasing from there. 1.5 scoop is my sweet spot. I love 1.5 scoops of this. Gives me about 340 milligrams of caffeine. So 1 scoop's going to give you can make 40 servings out of this if you react well to this thing and you like the effects. It's going to give you 225 milligrams of caffeine plus the hallustacein. And then you got the 2 scoops. So at all these scoopages, we get the beta-alanine coming in at about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit sooner. You feel it. And at 2 scoops in 1 scoop, it's not like super, super, super high, but this thing lasts forever. So what happens is it comes in, you feel it. It's like between a medium and medium high. You feel it for right around that 10 minutes, all the way to about 20 minutes. Then other things start happening. And you kind of lose track of it because, your brain's waking up. You're starting to become more alert. You're not really given like a big caffeine hit, a big energy hit, but you become alert. You become awake at about 20 minutes, and it builds up to about 35 minutes when the fun really starts happening. So that's when you kind of start feeling the energy pick up. It's a slow climb on this thing all the way to about an hour because it doesn't peak at 50. This thing peaks at about an hour. But what happens is at 35, as it's climbing, I noticed each time I took this at 1 scoop, 1.5, and 2 scoops, that all of a sudden I feel the beta-alanine at 40 minutes. And I was like, oh hell, and it feels the same height as when it kind of hits in at that medium to medium high. And it kind of like lingers around for about a whole hour. I mean, not hour after the 40 minutes, but another, 20 minutes. It lingers around in the background. And I could swear when I was training, I felt it a little bit, after that hour point, but I can't really confirm that with you. So the Al9 is a little tricky one. It comes in, disappears, comes back in. Nice hit. I like it. And when you get to that 35 minutes, that's when you start to, the fun starts happening. Energy starts coming in. Cognitive function starts to build. So the PEA, when it initially hits about 20 minutes to 35 minutes, it's just a wake up. So it's not a slap in the face or anything like that, which is really nice. It just kind of awakens the brain, kind of gets you ready. You can go to the restroom, you can get ready. You can just kind of enjoy the wakeness. You can get on your phone, whatever. And then 35 minutes, that's when the energy drops in. And pretty much, I'd say about 45 minutes, there's a flip over of the cognitive function and the brain awakening from the PEA, which is kind of like a mild awakeness, to all of a sudden you start from 40 to 50 minutes to an hour. You are just dialed in, ready to crush it. This gives you all the aspects of some of these stims that a lot of people don't like, which is yohimbine, alpha yo, and synephrine, without any of the side effects. The noradrenaline kick on this thing gets you like dialed in, and you're just like heading forward, like you are just in that mode to just go. And when you're in the gym, this thing just kind of brings out that extra rep, and you want to push. So it really gives you that drive. It gives you a drive. It gives you a energy hit on 2 scoops that is a above medium high level. And if you're not used to stims at 2 scoops, start lower, because the first time I took the 2 scoops, there was a little bit of like an anxious feeling. I didn't get increased heart rate. I didn't get anything like that, but I felt the stimulation. Like I felt my cells firing. I felt my central nervous system kicking in, and I was trying to like talk to the guy I was training with, my buddy Austin. Sorry, Austin. And I was just kind of like, felt like kind of a little jittery and a little anxious to just like, I don't want to talk, man. I just want to keep moving, because this thing will get you driving in the gym. The pumps on this thing are tight and veiny. This thing delivers fantastic pumps, in my opinion. I love those tight, dry, veiny pumps. Really, really super nice. Cognitive function and focus is attention-driven cognitive function and focus dialed in to where it's not. You can take this on, like if you take this in the morning, you can go on the rest of your day. You can deal with people, you can control it, but you are just dialed into everything you're doing for 2-3 hours after the day. So the stem hit, the head hit, the energy, the shock of the central nervous system as far as to get you going, that energy production is just 2 hours after the gym. So this thing hits you for a total of 3 hours. One thing on this I want to talk about is the endurance, the muscle endurance on this thing. Pooh! This is total muscle endurance. I trained for 2 hours with my man Austin in the gym, and I was ready to keep training. My muscle endurance is insane on 2 scoops on this thing. So if you're looking for a pre that has no alpha yo, has no yohimbine, has no synephrine because it affects your heart, or you don't like the side effects, this gives you no side effects other than sweating and energy production and really good endurance in the gym with some dialed in focus and some great dry, tight, veiny pumps on this sucker. So I think I covered everything, and you guys know me, I'm not always excited about a pre-workout, but when I hit one that I really like that fits me, I get excited about it. So I want to thank Panda and Black Magic for putting this madness, this sinister profile together. There it is again. You got to look at that decal. Other than that, I got to get going off to work. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.